guys, welcome back to the channel. By God, this has been a hard video to do, really has. It's been a nightmare because I want to put across to you guys that I'm quite impartial and I like to put across non-BS type videos and all the rest of it. I don't really want to have my my integrity questioned, and as on the previous mini video, done a little comparison between an AirArms Hunter carbine, obviously the TX200 model, but the Hunter carbine, so short barreled, against the good old HW77 carbine. What can I say, guys? What can I say? I've shot this video about 6 times and I just haven't posted it because each time I shoot this video I look back at the footage and something's holding me back from doing it because I don't think I'm being fair to either rifle. And then it struck me, rather than picking up negatives on the rifles, perhaps I should concentrate on doing the positives on there. And straight off the bat, guys, these rifles are so similar that it's almost like the old tomato saying. It's right, I'll just say it. Bloody awesome rifles, the pair of them, and it's going to boil down to you personal preference. Right, what I will say is the Hunter carbine is a more classy looking rifle. It really is. It's got an awesome stock. I love the checkering pattern, the fish scale pattern, fish scale checkering. I love their scroll work on it. It's blue and is a smidgen bit better than the HW. Subjective this is, and it just because it could be from length of pull and reach to trigger, I find the AirArms trigger better, but it could be just because of my body shape and hands and that. But where it really matters, that's all cosmetic stuff. Where it really matters is how these rifles perform down range. There's so little to choose between it, guys. There really is. I suppose it boils down to whether you want to splash out more money on getting a TX200 or Hunter carbine. Do I think this rifle is worth an extra £200+ on the HW rifles? Hell no, it isn't that much better. Maybe AirArms take note of this, maybe 50-60 quid more on the price of the HWs, but for the rest of it, no. AirArms, stop being greedy buggers. You'll increase your sales tenfold if you lower the price to be comparable to a 97 or a 77. Right, I shot these the other day at 100 metres. This little rifle here, the AirArms, produced a 52mm group. The 77 produced a 60mm group. There's 8mm at 100 metres. I mean, 15 round groups. I probably could have closed up the groups a little. I've got to say I wasn't having a good shooting day that day. We all have it where we should perhaps put the guns away and go and find something else to do for the day than shoot, and rather than continue to push things out when we're not enjoying themselves. I had a lot on my mind. I had a lot going on in my personal life, a lot going on in work life, and yeah, my shooting wasn't great. I could have closed up them groups of that one, no doubt. top tip there: when you're not enjoying the shooting, put the rifles to one side, walk away, have a cup of tea, think about what you're doing, kind of thing, and why you're not having a good gun day. Sort that out, get the right mindset, come back and then crack on with your shooting, and you'll find your shooting improves tenfold really well. With these little rifles, oh god, this is just so difficult. I absolutely love the AirArms TX200 Hunter carbine. I've said this from the get-go. It does, just for me, it shoots a little bit better than the HWs. 200 quid better? No, hell no. That said, I love the HW77 carbine. I'm going to take you outside and do a bit of shooting in a bit, but there is so little to decide between them. I was going to show this 100 metre shooting, and I'm not going to, and I'll tell you why, guys. That'll be maybe for another video, but we're going to take it out to 50 metre, well, it's 45 metres, which is a tad under 50 yards. For a 12 foot-pound air rifle, you're really stretching the legs off these rifles, and they're plenty accurate enough, they hit hard enough. How good's your shooting? And I'm not talking about anyone can bench rest a rifle and shoot tiny little groups, but freestanding, where the majority of the shots are taken hunting, you know, shouldn't really be taking that out to like 50 yards. So what we'll do is I'll show you how these group. There's so little in it, it's unreal. But as always, as I keep putting across on this channel, please guys, just bring your bloody shots in if you're hunting, and have a little respect for your quarry. I will tell you this, in the comments I would have far more respect for you if you say you stalk within 25 yards of a bunny and roll it over. You, in my mind, are what I call a classy hunter. If you're saying in my comments, oh, I using 12 foot-pound air rifle, I take bunnies regularly out at 70 yards. Well, it's up to you, but I would say you're being a little bit irresponsible there. How many, for the guys who shoot at silly ranges, how many shots do you miss, how many do you wound? Be honest with yourselves, you don't have to tell me, I've been shooting long enough to know what the true figure's like on those, so it's up to you. However, enough of that rubbish. Let's get out there, do a little bit of shooting, and yeah, and then I'll come back in and have final thoughts. But I'll tell you the final thoughts now. It's all going to be subjective. It's up to you whether you want to splash out a little bit more on an AirArms or you want to go with a HW. And where I've said, I just want to reiterate something here, where I've said the AirArms has got better trigger and the CD unit is that just that little bit sweeter, don't think I'm knocking the record unit, because that is an awesome unit, and whichever rifle you choose to use, you're not going to go wrong with either of them. They're going to last you a lifetime. Something you can't say about certain PCP rifles. I will dare say, when I'm dusting the ground, if these are maintained after I've gone, these will still be like shooting awesome. So that's what you've got to bear in mind. Longevity of PCPs, who knows, they haven't been around that long for us to find out, have they? Whereas this sort of system has been around since like over 100 years, so it says it all really, doesn't it? I'm not in technology. Right, let me go off my soapbox, let's get outside, do a bit of range work, and let's see how these girls shoot, shall we? Cheers guys. Right guys, as always, target's downrange at 45 metres. I'll zoom in a second. I'm going to bench rest these guns. I've just done a pre-check 0 on both of them. I can tell you now, there's bugger all ready to choose from them, which makes me look kind of silly when I keep saying the Hunter carbine's a more accurate gun. We'll see how they perform. Like I say, there's so little in them, it's going to all boil down to how deep your pockets are and personal preference, really, if you want British or if you want German. However, there's enough German bits on this British gun to make it sort of a bit of a hybrid anyway. Yeah, right, I'm going to zoom in, stop waffling and crack on with the shooting. One thing, guys, I want you to listen to on the camera footage and see if you can hear a click-clack of this anti-bear trap, which seems to bug people, because I have no issues with it. It's just as quiet as the 77, but you'll see. Right, here we go then, guys. Right, there we are, 45 metres, a smidgen under 50 yards. With a Hunter carbine, I will go on there. I'll go on the left-hand target just because, and hopefully I'm not going to get in the way of the camera. Notice that, guys? No strange ratchety noises or anything. I think people who complain about that are thinking far too hard. Here we go, let's crack on. That's a good start. That is in the absolute dead centre of the bullseye of that left hand. Oh my god. Alright guys, I'm going to have to stop target shooting for a minute. I have now, you can't make shit up if you try sometimes. There is a jackdaw that's just landed above the chicken pen. If he's stupid enough to present a shot, I will shoot him. Oh, here we go. Oh, you lucky, lucky bird. Or perhaps should I say unlucky bird, right? You guys probably wouldn't have seen that, but I've just shot a jackdaw, and I'll show you that at the end of this video. I'll have to go and pick him up in a second. Right, where were we? Oops. Ah, that was me. That's not fair to the gun. Though it may seem still to you guys, it's a little cross breeze when you get past the edge of that building. Let's see if I can put that right. It's better. I think I've put a couple of shots low and I've put one to the side. But the rest of this smack and punching out the bullseye. In fact, I haven't even got a bullseye to aim at anymore. This is pointless exercise. Oh, sorry guys, I'm going to wait at the camera. There you go. Oops. Alright, just so you know I'm not cheating. There it is, right the way down there. And now we'll get onto the 77 and I'll go on the right hand target. I have no idea how many shots I put in that because I got sidetracked by whacking the jackdaw off the chicken pen, but hang on. I'll put a couple of more shots for him through the 77. Right guys, yeah, kind of showing off a little on that last shot. Yeah. Right, there we go. I'll go and fetch in the target card and we'll have a measure up of the greeps, take it back into the workshop, and before I do that I have to go and pick up that jackdaw. Cheers guys. Right guys, back in the workshop. This is a hard one. Okay, right. 77 AirArms under carbine. Ignore those two, they're pulled shots, but could really say that. The 77 22mm group at 50 yards, 45 metres. This was 25 at the same range. However, without these outliers, this would, well, once I'd settled my shooting in, most of them were just punching through that bit there. What can we take from this? Not a lot really. I know when my shooting's up to speed, I know for me personally the Hunter carbine shoots that little bit better. However, I've been putting in it, this is a new rifle by the way, my 177 Hunter carbine would have been a fairer shoot off against this 177 new rifle and all that. However, let's face it, what's a 25mm group, that's an inch at 50 yards, and was it 3mm difference between the 77. It's all for you guys to decide which one you prefer. Do you prefer German? Do you prefer a brick gun with a lot of German bits in it, such as a barrel and so on and so forth? It's up to you guys. One thing I will touch on is if I was shooting just on the range and doing nothing but range work, I would use a Hunter carbine every time. My real world shooting doesn't involve that, it's out doing pest control. I very rarely shoot live quarry with my Hunter carbine. Most of my stuff's done with my varrows, and the reasons for that is I don't want to have an anxiety attack every time I see a barbed wire fence or bramble bush or anything like that, and worry about dinging up the stock or having sort of a panic attack about getting a bit of rust on there if I miss a bit when I clean up at the end of the day. It's up to you guys. It would be, like I say, how deep are your pockets, whether you choose one gun or the other. Yeah, that's a bit of an unusual one. If you guys do want to see the 100m footage, I'm quite willing to put that up, but I will say, I already gave you a sneak preview of that. I will say the Hunter carbine comprehensively outshot the 77, but it was the day I shot it was quite breezy, and those little 177 pellets can get knocked about a bit by the breeze. With the T2 you've got a bit more weight behind them, so they'll kind of punch through the wind. Well, hope you enjoy this video guys. Sorry it's taken so long to get out. Like I say, this is video number 7 and the same thing. And I still am not happy with this video because I think that doesn't reflect truly on the guns. But anyway guys, enjoy, and as always guys, thanks for your continued support. It means so much to me. Yeah, if you got any questions, whatever, put them in the comments. I will say, as usual, YouTube are being pains in the neck about me putting out replies to you guys. I always put a little thumbs up and a little love hearty thingy next to it so you know I've read it. I do try to reply to everything, and I'll reply. Sometimes I'll write considerable long replies, and then you send it over to you guys, and then I look on there and it's disappeared into wherever YouTube sends them. I don't know what they find so threatening about air rifle shooting, but hey ho. And also at the start of the shooting side of the video, that jackdaw, well, what happened is it fell through the chicken pen. I cannot show that on YouTube. It went through the mesh on the top of the chicken pen, and the rooster in there is a big old boy. I don't know what breed he is, I shouldn't really know, but he's a giant chicken and he absolutely shredded it, and I can't put that on there. because YouTube will not be happy with me, probably ban my video, but trust me, it was a clean kill, and yeah, job done. Right, cheers guys.